Welcome to this week's episode of Real Talk in My Rooms. I'm your host, Amanda Christie, and I am so excited to share my guest today, my great friend, Ashley. I am thrilled to be joined by a true powerhouse in the fitness world and mindset. She's not just a fitness trainer, but also a certified mindset coach who knows firsthand how powerful the body-mind connection can be on our fitness journey. So let's get ready to unlock the secrets of cultivating a winning mindset for ultimate fitness success as we dive into this enlightening conversation with Ashley. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and welcome Ashley to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and chat all things fitness, mindset, health, wellness, feeling good.
I
All of
am
it.
too. And you really are truly a powerhouse in the fitness industry. Like seeing how you transform these bodies is mind blowing. But before we get into that, I met Ashley last June. We both were in the Sparkle System certification with the amazing Amanda Bible here in Red Bank. And we were both taking it together. Both of us weren't doing it to become a mindset coach. Essentially, we were both doing it to like enhance our outside businesses, which is fitness and photography. But like how incredible that course, that training, the certification was helping in every aspect of business is just mind-blowing. But
Absolutely.
again, Ashley, let's introduce who you are, where you're from, all the great things.
Yeah, so I am a fitness and mindset coach. I specialize in helping women create a very empowering, healthy lifestyle that's sustainable and maintainable for whatever lifestyle you're living. I am currently living in Utah right now. And I'm just enjoying life. I'm building my business. I'm meeting incredible women. I'm just having a great time.
She's building the booties and the best
Yes,
bodies out there, which
yes.
speaking of, I'm going to have to work with you myself because I've been on a mission to grow my booty and it's
A,
not
a,
happening. I need you.
a big booty and an itty bitty waist is my specialty. That's like, I feel like why women come to me. Um, it's my favorite thing to train, clearly, if you've seen my Instagram.
And I know we're going to say this at the end, but what is your Instagram? So if people are listening, they could just pull it up right now.
Yeah, so it's Ash Kitty Fitness on Instagram. I believe I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I have, yeah,
You're all over.
all the
So
social.
I have a few questions that I'm going to ask Ashley that I know will be super powerful for everybody to hear what she has to say in regards to how mindset and fitness really go hand in hand. So are you ready for the questions?
Let's do it. Let's get into it. It's my
Awesome.
favorite thing to talk about.
So my first question is how does mindset play a role in achieving your fitness goal?
So I got into the mindset work because I saw this huge disconnect with women from I want to look this way, I want to feel this way, I want to have this body, but they did not have the self-belief or the mindset to get them there. So this looks like women, maybe starting up with a trainer or a program and sticking with it for a week or two and then like falling off track. And kind of just having that lack within their mindset of like, it's too hard, life is too busy, I can't make it work, I can't happen. And when your mindset does not align with your goals or even like the identity of who you want to become, you're never going to be able to get there. You're never going to be able to reach it. So, with my mindset training I do with my clients, I teach them how to create that identity of who they want to become and help them shift and rewire their mindset and their programming so that their belief within themselves, their self-worth, their confidence, knowing that they can actually achieve anything they want to do is possible for them. And that is what's going to like bridge that gap from where they are to where they want to be by just having that empowering mindset of that's working for them and ultimately propelling them closer to their goals for themselves.
Right. Because I feel like if you're going into the gym, right, and you're not confident, you walk in there, you're like, I don't like you just it emulate like is emulate the right word I'm trying to use? But like, you know what I mean? Like it shows. And
Yeah.
you go home and then you're like, man, did I really do anything? It just like it's like the trickle down effect. And then eventually you just fall off that workout program or whatever it is that they're going in for. And it really, like, mindset is huge, huge when it comes to fitness.
Especially with, your body truly follows everything your mind tells it. So if you're going into the gym and your mindset is, I have to do this to look good. I hate working out, but I have to do this. Or like, this is so hard. I can't do this. This isn't possible for me. Like, your body is going to follow everything you're telling it. So I help my clients really like change that perspective into, well, what do you like want to see for yourself? What do you want to feel? How do you want this session to go for yourself? Because your body will follow it. When I have clients who are like, I'm so tired today, like I don't have energy to get through this workout, I'm like, I want you to like take a second, tune into your body and ask your body for the energy to get you through this workout, and your body will give it to you. And it like blows my clients' mind because they're like calling me after, like, I just had the best workout ever, thank you so much. Like, it's so cool to see how powerful your mind and your words and your thoughts truly are in achieving what you want for yourself.
Can you share some mindset shifts that have helped you, well, that have helped your clients stay motivated in their fitness journeys?
Yeah. So I think my biggest, like, I think a great mindset shift to start with is, what is your why? And your why needs to come from like the internal side of you. It can't come for like external, like, I want to look good for this guy, or I want to, whatever that goal is. Like, it has to be for you, because you're going to be the one showing up in this body for yourself. So I would say find your why that comes from you, because if we're trying to like stay motivated, motivation is just a feeling, right? Feelings are temporary. They come and they go. So when we're trying to just go off of motivation to keep us up with our routines and our regimens, we're going to fall off and we're not going to stay consistent with it. But when you can remember your why and have that mindset of, I may be really overwhelmed, I may be really sad, I may have had a bad day, or I just like don't feel like going to the gym today, but I'm remembering my why. I'm remembering that I have I respect myself enough to show up for myself, because what I want most is more important than what I want in this moment. So I would say having your why is huge and will really support your mindset. And then I would say a mindset shift to make is focus on what you want, not what you don't want. When we're
Mm.
focusing on what we don't want, we're just attracting all of that into our life, right? So if we're saying, like, I don't want to feel uncomfortable in my clothes, I don't want to feel like disgusting in my body, these sad things I hear women say, or our mind is focusing on those words. It doesn't know the difference between like and dislike, and it's drawing in more attraction to the words we're saying, which is why I'm always like, our words create our world. Our words are so powerful. Like, we have to focus on what we want to feel, what we want to attract, who we want to be, instead of all the things we don't want for ourselves.
And that is so powerful.
Yes, yes. And then even to kind of go off of that is reframing your thoughts. This is like a huge thing I teach with my clients is, we're all human. We're not going to have like this super positive mindset 24/7, because with life and challenges, we go through good times, bad times, happy times, sad times. And when we can learn to reframe our thoughts, like maybe a thought comes in our mind and we're like, oh, that's not working for me, like that's not going to give me the outcome I want for myself, how can I reframe this, and how can I change this to work for me instead of against me? So maybe, instead of like, I have clients doing affirmations all the time, and maybe if they're not feeling confident in themselves, I'm not going to have them start off saying like, I feel so sexy, I feel so good, because they're just not going to believe it. Our mind isn't dumb. Like, our mind is very logical, and we can't like lie to it. So I'll have them start off by saying like, I'm grateful I have a body. I'm grateful I have like a heart that's beating for me, lungs are breathing for me, I have limbs, I have like the ability to move every single day. And starting off from like a place of gratitude, like, what do we have right now? So focusing on like reframing your thoughts to work for you, and also coming from a place of gratitude, is going to get you to where you want to be.
Super powerful. And what you just said was not to focus on like for them to go in right away saying like I am sexy, because like you said, if you're not
Yeah.
feeling it, you're
Yeah.
gonna look in the mirror and just be like, "Mm,"
You're
like
gonna be like,
awkward. And
yeah, it's gonna feel weird. It's not gonna feel true to yourself.
but if you look at yourself and you're like, I'm grateful my heart is beating, like you said, I'm grateful I'm breathing today, it just makes such a big difference. And like, it's those little steps that lead to such powerful results. Cause I know myself, I used to like, I tried doing it one time, like before this, everything, I got into the mindset thing. I looked at myself because I was listening to a podcast and they're like, look at yourself in the mirror naked and be like, I am sexy. And I did that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God, I am so uncomfortable right now. Cause I didn't do the work for it. And then like, it just, it's the trickle down effect after that, where you're like, I don't feel so. And then it goes back down to that lack mindset versus
Exactly.
so that is a huge tip that you gave. And do you, this is just a little side question from that, do you work with clients, like if they come to you and say like I do want to get into my, like, go into the gym, but I want to work on my mind first, do
Yeah.
you do it, is there like I guess like a level of it that you work with them for, or is it all together, like what is it, like what can they expect with working
Yeah,
on
so
that?
with my one-on-one training, I do the mindset work and the fitness together. So I have a little consultation form you're going to fill out, and we're going to focus, we're going to like look at the goals you want for yourself. And then I'm going to have you create a 2.0 version of yourself, of like what does like the best version of yourself look like. And then I feel like my gift I was born with in this life is being able to see like how to get people from where they're at to where they want to be. So I will go in and I'll create these habits and behaviors. I'm going to assign you like mindset tools and techniques to utilize within your day-to-day basis that are easy and maintainable for you to like continue on with your lifestyle, and your whole life isn't like revolving around health and fitness, because we all have busy lives. So I'll help you create those habits and behaviors that are going to shift you into achieving that identity of who you want to become for yourself. And then with that, we're doing that like strengthening our mind. Our mind is a muscle. It takes repetition, just like we have to show up in the gym. And when we are in the gym and we're working at our body really hard, we're also working at our mind really hard. And the two kind of come together. And that's when you like truly achieve that mindset you want for yourself and that the physical body you want for yourself. So I train both together at the same time so that you can see your growth on a mindset level and on a fitness level at the same time, because I feel like you need both as like a driving factor to really achieve what you want for yourself.
And I love that you do that too, because it really does make such a huge difference working with just somebody who's a personal trainer and then having, a separate mindset coach, like having somebody that does both and can, utilize, like you could utilize it and say like, this is, what their goals are for
Yes.
their health and their body and stuff, versus like, a trainer might just know what that goal is. And then the mindset coach, it's like something different. So having you doing both together really makes, I think it's something that's very unique, that I personally, you're the only person that I know that does that. And I just think it really is a powerful thing, because the mind, like fitness, training, going to the gym, anything without having the right mindset, I feel like you're just on this hamster wheel.
For real, yeah. And I think that's why I incorporate the mindset work with it, because these women who are wanting to achieve like a better version of themselves, a better quality of life, like there's always a root cause of where it's coming from. And honestly, a lot of our self-doubt, a lot of our imposter syndrome or lack of in our life comes from like a lot of trauma we've went through and experiences we've had that kind of program us and shift us into a reality that like truly just isn't meant for us. And so I want to teach women how to heal from that and overcome that and use it to empower them and use it to shift into like a life they do want for themselves. And I think when you can have a really strong mind and a really strong body, like you can achieve anything for yourself. Anything becomes possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That it really is so powerful. And I love what you're doing because again, you're transforming women not just in the body but in the mind, and it's not just a temporary, oh, this is just for 3 months and you're going to look, and then as
Yeah.
soon as we stop, like you stop working with them, they just fall off and go back, like because you did that mindset work, they're going to continue to succeed. And you know
Mhm.
what? Like having you to work with too, it's just having that accountability
Oh yeah.
partner in the sense of not just the gym but like the mind, and it's going to take people to like a totally new level in life. And
Yeah. And this is such a vulnerable area for women. Like our bodies and
Mhm.
how we feel and how we think about ourselves. Like the I think that's what I love about my job so much is the connection I make with women and the value I get to show women they have in themselves. And it is such a vulnerable journey to be on with yourself. And I think having somebody you trust, somebody who like truly cares about you and your journey, they're not just trying to like get in be like you just be another client,
Mhm.
you have to find somebody who is going to like walk that journey with you and be there to support you, hold you accountable, call you out when maybe you're being a little lazy, or maybe you need some like mindset reframes. Like I'll be on the phone with my clients all the time and I'm like, hold on, we're going to reframe the way you just said that because that is not working for you. We don't want to call that into our existence, into our life. So I think it's so important to have a coach to kind of help you.
I couldn't agree more. And with that, my last question, and I'm saying my last because I feel like I picked three questions for you, but like you provide so much value that we're going to probably keep going a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So what are some strategies that you recommend for overcoming self-doubt and cultivating a positive mindset in relation to fitness?
Yeah, so I think self-doubt is like you have to get to the root cause of it. Where's the self-doubt coming from? Is it coming from past trauma? Is it coming from a place of unworthiness? What limiting beliefs do you hold that are causing this self-doubt? I think deconstructing our belief system and really questioning like our beliefs. Why do I believe this? Like, is this helping me or is this hindering me in my life? Is a really great way to overcome that self-doubt. I also feel like how can you create acceptance in your life and with yourself? What can you do to become a more confident version of yourself and build that self-worth? And I think building confidence comes from building trust. And to build trust within yourself, you have to follow through with the things you say you're going to do. Because on a subconscious level, if you are like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm making all of these different commitments and I'm never showing up, your subconscious mind is keeping track of that. And so every single time you make a commitment, your subconscious mind isn't even going to prepare you to take like actionable movements forward with that because it's like, no, you always make these commitments and you never follow through. So this isn't going to be any difference with yourself. And then that's where we experience a lot of lack of confidence, lack of worthiness, lack of being authentic to ourselves because we're experiencing so much lack within ourselves. So I think when we can show up for ourselves and do the hard things and work through the hard things and show ourselves like, look how capable I am, I did this for myself, that's when we start to feel more confident in ourselves, and that's when we start to trust ourselves. And when we can trust ourselves to follow through with anything, like we skyrocket, we can truly achieve anything we want for ourselves.
And the beauty of it too is like you went through the work. So like you took you went through the coaching program for, how long were you training for before you decided to do the certification?
Yeah, I was training women for, I think I was 8 months into my business. And this is where I was like, something's got to change. Like, I can see this disconnect with women and the self-doubt, the lack of self-love and self-worthiness within ourselves was holding clients back on such a big level to where they weren't reaching their goals. And I was like, okay, we've got to rewire something within the mind. And that's when I found Amanda's school, and it's completely changed everything for not only my business but my clients' success. I wish there was a way to show my clients like inner work they do, because it blows my mind every Sunday when I'm doing check-ins with them.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
it's incredible to see the way their like personal life is changing through
And
this.
and they definitely, like, I mean, that that's just like such a wonderful thing because it's not like I'm just going, getting into great shape, but their relationships with their kids might be better, the relationship with their husband, their family, their friends, everything else that trickles down
Yeah.
to. And, you know, when before were you always doing like the mindset work on yourself? And then is that like you realized, okay, like there's a huge disconnect here? Or was it something that like you were maybe feeling for you, like you noticed on your own self that you were I need to work on myself in this aspect to be able to, because like, I guess connect better with my clients and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went through a period of my life where I was like overweight. I was had really bad mental health. Like I just was not in a good place. And that's when I was doing so much research online, like how to fix my mental health, how to feel good about myself. And so I started up like my being very consistent with my training and intentionally too. I think your intentions going into training have to be in alignment with what you want to feel for yourself. So for me, I had to shift from the mindset of I just want to look hot and I want to look good in my clothes to I want to feel healthy and I want to feel so good every day and I want to have the energy to get up and be excited for life. Like I want to be excited for life. So then that kind of like spurred out into practicing gratitude, doing the journaling, doing like all the inner work. And so I kind of started doing that and I started showing it with my clients and I saw how this was impacting them on with their mental health, their emotional health, and it was allowing them to find that confidence in themselves to feel good about who they are on the inside.
So I love that. And if anyone, so how can people work with you? They could be anywhere in the world, correct? It doesn't just have to be
Yes.
anybody local. So how can people work with
Yes,
you?
I have clients I'm in three different countries right now, which is like
Wow.
so it like blows my mind every time I like say it.
That's
You can
incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can be anywhere in the world. I am on Instagram, so Ash Kitty Fitness. In the link in my bio, I have a new client application. So you just fill that out, and then I reach out to you within 24 hours. And then we're going to schedule a discovery call. I really like to understand you, your lifestyle, who you are, what you want in a coach, what you want in the goals for yourself. And then I kind of go through my program with you to see if it's in alignment with what you want and if it's going to be helpful for you. And then that's where we move forward and I create a plan for them.
I love it. And I know we're almost out of time, but I know you have a podcast.
I do.
Can you tell everybody what your podcast is called? Like,
Yes.
what's it all about? Let's share that with
Yes.
everyone.
So my podcast is called Ash Kitty in Action. You can find it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I I get more into like the personal side of things on my podcast where I share a lot more mindset tips of how to work through struggles, how to work through hard times, how to build yourself up and become like the best version of yourself. I want to help women show them that like you can be going through hard things and there's a way out. There's a way to fix it. There's a way to, work through and heal and grow and evolve and become stronger. So I really just share a lot more of mindset work, mindset tips on there and it's one of my favorite platforms. Yeah.
I love it. And I know I didn't prep you for this, but I am truly so proud of you. In the past year, like seeing you like evolve on social media, seeing where you're going. Can you share your favorite or your top three things, maybe 2 to 3 goals that you've achieved in the past year that you were working on and that you
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. A huge goal was to get to be in other countries. So I'm in Europe right now in Canada as well as the US. So that was like a huge freaking goal I hit. Um, Another goal I've hit on a personal side is really discovering myself and really finding who I am and becoming like extremely independent in just fully being able to self-source everything I need for myself. And I could not have done it without the mindset work. I will say that's like what's gotten me there. So that is another goal I've hit. And then I think my third goal I've hit is or actually my cookbook. I created a cookbook and I released it. And that I was working on that back when we were in school.
I
Um,
remember.
yeah, it took me like a year and a half to do, and I completed it and I have a cookbook.
I am so proud of you. And for that too, like you said, it took time to like to do. I know we're almost out of time, but was that something where you were like, oh, this is great? Like, was it a like, because people see things on social media, right? It's like, oh my God, she created a cookbook. That's amazing. And it's like,
Oh, it was a
was,
it was a freaking nightmare.
yeah,
I had to restart like 3 times because like I lost all my files. It was crazy. But it taught me a lot and it was very rewarding to be able to put out, but so much work went on behind the scenes. And that's another thing with social media is it seems like it's easy to run a business online. Like it looks really easy to do. Like I even see other creators, I'm like, wow, it must be so easy. But on the back end of things, like there is so much hard work and hustle and dedication and discipline that goes into it. But it's so cool to see the success that comes from it. But more importantly, the impact it has on women.
right. And that would have never happened if you were like, "Ugh, whatever, I give up after the first time your
Yeah.
file is
Yeah.
deleted." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
also another thing where you
yes.
just don't give up, keep pushing, keep trying. Because what
Always.
you have to put out there, not just one person needs it, a ton of people need it, but like that one person, they need it. So like what you have to say, always share, keep going, keep trying, put it out there. But I'm grateful that you didn't give up, that you just kept pushing. And like you said, it is hard running a business and you look at other people, you're like, wow, they have their shit together. They know what they're doing. It
Yeah.
must be so easy. But what am I doing? I feel like I'm running on a hamster wheel. But then you realize that when you take a second and take a step back, you're like, wow, I've accomplished so much this past year and I've hit these goals, maybe not in the way I thought I was supposed to, but I still did it. So it's like maybe you were expecting to get your cookbook out sooner, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Everything happens exactly how it should, exactly when it should. Like I fully believe in divine timing. And when something doesn't work out, it's just redirecting you into the path you're supposed to be on. And it's okay that things don't work out exactly how they should, because that's where you learn and you grow and you evolve and you become like a much stronger, better version of yourself. So I'm like extremely grateful for all the challenges I've had to go through to get to where I am.
for sure.
And
I always say like everything's happening for you. So
yes, always for
it's
you.
always for you. But thank you so much for coming on today. I will definitely have you back because I feel like there's so many more questions I want to ask. And if
No.
anybody has any questions in particular, leave them in the comments on Instagram. Reach out to Ashley too if you are looking to work with her and even just to get to know her a little bit more. Follow her, reach out to her,
I
listen to
love
her
connecting.
podcast.
Yes. If you have any questions, like do not be shy to DM me or message me. I love connecting with women. It's like my favorite thing. So
And
don't be shy.
Ashley is one of the sweetest people in the world. I'm truly so grateful for the Sparkle system for bringing us together.
I know. I'm forever grateful to have you a part of my life.
But
You're incredible.
thank you. Thank you, Ashley. And thank you all for tuning in today. And we will chat soon.